Oh man, yawning. I got the yawns. Let's check out some San Pedro seedlings here. So these two rows are all seedlings, and I just kind of go through here once in a while and look at stuff and be like, oh, that's looking promising, or not. Some of them I've actually pulled out. They basically are here for trialing and for grafting stock. So a lot of these have been grafted too. And then this row here is just a bunch of different clones and stuff I want to test outdoor. They're extra copies, most of them, or either that or it's something I don't care that much about, to see what happens over time with the winters here, which can get pretty rough. So yeah, let's take a look at what we got here. Look at how fat that pup is. That looks really promising. This would be number 9. Yeah, so this is Mark Albert's Scopulicola number 9 crossed with Jules Giant. This is the exact same cross and seed lot that King Tubby came out of. And this thing is looking pretty fantastic. You know, it's definitely super blocky. Of course, it's completely swollen with water because of winter, but it was pretty looking close to that before it rained. That thing's really pretty. It doesn't have a lot of other characteristics I'm like real excited about. And here's a Spiritu Cabra. This thing is amazing. That's Scopulicola crossed with a cross between Berkeley Botanical Gardens Pichanui and SSO2. It is a beast. Blocky is beautiful. Look at that. And look at these beautiful chevron patterns on it. Very frosty. It kind of like kept the blockiness and 5-ribbed thing of maybe a standard SSO2, but it's bigger and the spines are more like a large spine Pichanui. The Spiritu Cabra delivers, and it's very, very similar to another clone I'll be releasing at some point called Hextasy. And the two of them are almost a type that came out of this seed lot, and they're just the two best ones so far. There could be other ones in there worth keeping, but at some point I have to just kind of like pick one or two, and I already have. Maybe leave it at that. So what was I looking at? Yeah, these are pretty nice. That's still pretty ribby. It's actually pretty flat, but I think a lot of that's just the rain in that case. That thing's looking pretty good. A lot of these in this row are that same cross with Scope, Pichanui, Burgessii cross. That thing, look at that monster. That is a fat pup. 5-sided, I like it. Lots of slug damage. Apparently the slugs like it. That's Mark Albert's number 9 X Jules Giant. Pretty much this whole row I think is one of, there's two Mark Albert Scopulicolas that are very similar, number 10 and number 9. We're probably into the number 10 X Jules now. And always looking for something special to pop out of there, but really there's been only one King Tubby. So this is that same Scope Pichanui Burgessii cross as those other ones I was showing you. Boy, that thing's a beast. Someone's gonna love that cactus. I'm not in a spiny cactus, but someone's gonna dig that thing. That's a gorgeous pup right there. Look at that. Beautiful color. Still a little toward the ribby side. A bunch of these, they're gorgeous cactus. Once these things get really going and have roots under them and start throwing really big columns and stuff like this, they're gonna be impressive. This thing again, quite blocky, almost flat-sided, but still not quite there. Maybe, keep an eye on that one. Also the spine size is a little big, probably the same Scopulicola Pachanawi burgessii cross. Let's check. Yeah, it is. So it's Mark's number 10 is the scope. I'm glad I named and started propagating this cactus because it's fantastic. And that thing is probably the second most promising thing in here. But there are a couple of others, like maybe that. I mean, this is really gorgeous. People are gonna like this because it's so like notchy and looks like a freaking prehistoric dinosaur DNA thing. So we'll keep an eye on that. I'm gonna let these pups grow out. You know, I have a king tubby graft here, but the rest of it I'm gonna let grow out to see what it does because it's looking really neat. Dragon DNA in there. Oh, this thing too. That is just like it looks like it can't even keep up with itself. But you know, nothing in here is split except for the old gorditas. Gordita just can't handle it. It just can't handle the water, the sudden influx of water. But everything else, I don't think I've seen a single other thing in here crack yet, so. Okay, one last thing. I was just over here tagging my apple trees. This thing is awesome. It's the Soundcore Motion X600, I think. If you wait till it's on sale or buy like a refurbished one, you can get it as low as like 110 bucks. 12-hour battery life, completely waterproof, way bigger sound than it looks like. It's pretty awesome for like work. If you're like me, I just bought it for myself last year because I'm always outside working constantly, and I love wearing headphones, but I don't like that constantly isolated thing. So sometimes it's nice just to have like music that's out playing. Yeah, this thing is really badass, and it rarely distorts. You can pretty much crank it all the way up. Check out these cool colors. These are all genetically unique apples. Most of them have red flesh genes. This is the like second generation for me of breeding, so a lot of these are like the superior offspring that I've gotten bred amongst themselves into other interesting apples. The apples in these two rows are going to be amazing. They're going to blow people's minds, including mine.